All right, welcome to the Wonderful World of Odyssey podcast. It's been a while. I have our original co-host, Bree, and we have a new co-host, Stephanie. You do, so how long have you been listening to Odyssey?
Ever since I was 7, and I'm 35 now, so it's been a few years.
And her cat, apparently.
Boswell!
All right, so what we typically do is we take turns talking, and we just spill out ideas.
Cool.
So, Bree, you want to do the first episode?
Yeah.
Do you have the info for it, or do you want me to read the info? I can go get the book real
Go
quick. I have to find it again. I'm always losing my book.
Oh, my cat just bit me. She was letting me pet her stomach, and then I petted her too long, and then she bit me. I'm sorry. I was like, I'll show off my cassette while he's going to find the book.
There you go.
I was like, I love this one. Brings back so much nostalgia because of the old artwork inside. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but
That's
these
what
are the ones I originally grew up on these. So like when I see these pictures, it like takes me back to when I was little, and I'm like, oh.
Yep. I have like albums 1 through whatever until they started making CDs
Yes.
in all of the cassette forms, and I still have those.
Alright, sorry, my eyeball was in the video. You have this book, Stephanie?
No, I do not have the official guide. I have the purple one. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Oh, the big, huge one?
Yes, the purple one. I need that one. It's
Yeah.
on the Christmas list.
Do you know where that is?
Do what?
Do you know where the purple one is that you have?
I'd have to go grab it really quick because I don't know the name of it. You want me to go grab it?
Yeah, that way we can read episodes.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Bree, do you have yours with you?
I'm still looking for mine.
Oh,
I put it somewhere so I remember where I put it, and then I don't remember where I put it.
should I read the... No, that's too long.
My flop there.
So, she'll read episode 2, I'll read episode 1, and then I can, like, text or send a picture of it to you
I know
of the rest of the episodes.
I have the order of the episodes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that one.
I'm going to show you guys this one real quick. This one. I don't know if y'all can see it or not.
It's like a tutorial book.
Let's see.
That was
looking for
the
copyright.
first original, like the original one, wasn't it?
By Phil Lawler. No. Let's see if I can find a copyright. This one was 1997.
1997?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what mine is. 2008.
Nice.
Yeah. So yours is gonna have some episodes that ours does.
It's been a minute. I was like, look, the original floor plans to Wits End.
Oh, you have that in yours?
Yeah,
Yep.
look at that. Isn't that crazy?
Lucky. This is for album 4. This is the picture of album 4.
Oh, that's cool. Is that Tom on a fence? When he was a
Yeah.
little boy?
Look at his arms.
He's flapping.
That would be me if I tried to balance on a beam.
Alright, so here's how I see it. So I'll read episode 1, and then we'll talk about it. And then Stephanie, if you want to do episode 2, The Life of the Party,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about it. And then Bree, of course, you'll do Connie Comes to Town.
Yep.
Alright, you ready for me to read the first one?
Yep.
Alright, so which plot? Davy Holcomb, a young boy with a reputation for making mistakes, learns such a positive side to failure. Alright. Anybody has failures? Well, I mean, we all have failures, but
I was trying to think of a real good one. No.
maybe that will correlate with the episode.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Maybe that will correlate with the episode.
The episode. I did Christmas plays back in the day at my church when I was really young, like 14 or 15. And I remember this is my wits flop of my life. I was gonna do this big backdrop, and I had imagined I was gonna paint it like on cardboard. I was gonna get a bunch of cardboard from Lowe's, and I was gonna paint it nice and fancy. And then my flop was, it turned out I didn't know how to paint and or draw, so it did not turn out like I expected it to. But there was a little older man at my church, and he knew how to paint. So he came along and he totally helped me, like taught me how like to do some stuff. And then he made me like, we needed a cardboard donkey for Mary and Joseph, and we needed like books for a bookcase, and he made all those and painted them for me. So he was kind of like my Mr. Whitaker, and he like kind of like helped me along and encouraged me to keep going, because I probably would have just given up and never done another Christmas play. But like since he helped me out and encouraged me to do it, I went ahead and did 2 or 3 more the next coming years, and we did Odyssey episodes. So that was like my wits flop, and my Mr. Whitaker came and helped me like keep going instead of just giving up.
What about you, Bree?
Honestly, I'm a klutz. I fall like up the stairs and stuff, and so I always say I'm grace filled, not graceful.
That's awesome.
And I would say that a lot when I was pregnant because my daughter is named Grace, and so I just point to my belly and say I'm grace filled.
That's cute.
And so I mean, I'm a klutz, so I kind of get hurt, and so I feel like Davy Holcomb, he would get hurt, and it would be like, oh, Davy's up again, and I'm the one that got picked last for teams and stuff like that. I was like the worst person to play for gym class and stuff, like, so in terms of how, just overall how he felt, yeah, I experienced that.
Mine was baseball too. We did a baseball against the teachers.
Oh boy.
And all my classmates did not like me because I never hit the ball. So every time I was at the bat, I always just struck out every time. I never got any better. So I'm like, I'm done with baseball now. And then music class, I played the trumpet. And I always got in trouble for playing when I wasn't supposed to play. And I was very bad at the trumpet too. I don't know how you could be bad at the trumpet, but I was bad at the trumpet. So those were two of my wits flop. They definitely could have done more with the episode though. Like they could have dragged it on. But that's just my thought. Any other thoughts that you guys have?
I liked how I honestly, for me, because I listened to it when I was younger, Because that's album one. That was one of the first, things. And so for me, I really related to Tom Riley just trying to encourage Davy Holcomb to keep trying different things and stuff. And the saying now is like failure, first attempt in learning, fail. You have to be willing to fail because it's the first attempt in learning. And you don't always get things right away. And so it's just the encouraging, like as a mom, because I have 2 kids, I feel like that's my duty to encourage them, but also to encourage my husband. So
Anything that you have, Steph?
Nope, I just like the encouragement part. She nailed it completely. Like,
That's why I have her on the podcast. I need a girl to be smarter than me.
that apparently I'm boss.
No, I don't say you're bossy. No.
Well, I told you make a page.
I don't think you're bossy.
Well, whatever. Apparently I'm bossy. Who knew?
You got episode 2 stuff?
Well, I'm looking at my book, and I have the old book with the old names. So mine says Mental Dilemma. So I'm not sure I actually have the one that you guys have. So you guys might have to read that one too. And then is New Kid on the Block the next one? Yes, where Connie comes to town. Would that be Connie Comes to Town?
Connie Comes to Town is the next one. The Life of the Party is with Craig.
Take more ahead.
Okay. Don't
Thank
think
you.
I have that one in my book. So you guys might have to read that one.
Do you want to read that one, Bree?
I don't have my book.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I'll read it.
Huh. I have to find it. I have a note to myself, find the
We're
book.
good with you reading.
And I can always text you the episodes too.
Yeah.
I'll read episode 2. Craig Moore has middle school friends like having him around because he makes them laugh. But then Craig faces a problem that isn't funny at all, and his friends aren't as friendly anymore. I was like that in high school. I had friends that they were having real problems at home. But when they came to school, they were all like trying to be tough and trying to be funny and jokey. But when it came to just hanging out with them, they were not normal. Until you really got to know them, and then they were pretty cool. Tyler can mention one. Anybody?
I feel like I was on his side a little bit. Like, I didn't have anything really terrible happening at home, but like, I feel like I was like the class clown that always like tried to make everybody happy and feel good when they were around me. But then like I totally like got him when I would like be in a not like a tired mood, a worn out mood, needed somebody to cheer me up. There wasn't anybody there to cheer me up because I was the one that cheered everybody else up. And so like when I heard that episode, I kind of related a little bit because I was like, gosh, I kind of feel that, you know? Like, because everybody knew me as happy Stephanie, or, you know, like, if you're in a bad mood and Stephanie's around, she'll cheer you up. But then, like, when it came to me needing somebody to encourage me, there was kind of a lack in that department, you know? So I totally felt him on that one.
Bree?
I think that you do sometimes. It's the kids that joke the most that are hurting the most,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this wall, this mask. It's almost like a life. Life is like a play where we all play our parts, and we all have parts and lines in life, you know. But that really sometimes it's the ones that are the loudest in terms of joking and stuff, or the first joke, are really the ones that need somebody to really love up on them and be there for them and a true friend. And the thing is we set the example of what we want our friendships to be like by the way we act. And so, yeah, when you're in high school and when you're growing up, you're still immature, and some adults are still immature, but, you know, for the most part, the kids are immature and they're still growing. And so the friendships change over time. And some people, they'll be like, yeah, I still talk to so-and-so from high school. But then a lot of times it's not the high school friends that you keep around in your life.
Of course, I'm still friends with people from high school.
Right.
I told them about the show, the podcast, and almost all of them from high school subscribed.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, there's that one, I guess. Who's doing Connie Comes to Town?
Well, you know, it's the introduction to Connie.
I was going to, but now I'm reading my book and I'm like, I'm not sure that I have that.
You don't have album 1 in your book?
I do, but the Wit's flop was the same. Episode 2 in my book says Dental Dilemma, and episode 3 says The New Kid in Town.
Maybe read that episode, see if it's the same.
Let me see. We're going to see if it's the same one or not. It says, during his morning walk, Whit notices a new family has moved into the neighborhood. Lawrence Walker, his wife, Colleen, and a 13-year-old daughter, Sean. Lately, Sean has been causing problems with her parents. Boswell. Lately, Sean has been causing problems with her parents. The Walkers move frequently because of Larry's job, and all the moving has made Sean insecure. Whit believes that Sean's insecurity is a problem. Now, see, is this going to be the one we just did? Where he's a joker all the time?
No.
No? Okay. It says,
I think you have the wrong book.
I think you're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to let you read the descriptions, because these aren't the same.
Oh man, my books will be pretty old by the end of this episode.
Because I don't think...
I'll just read Connie. I'll read Connie Comes to Town then. Well, I'll read all of them actually. I guess I should have asked you before we recorded if you have the official guide.
It's all good. I have the purple guide. I'm old. We'll go with the new guide.
Alright. So, episode 4 is Connie Comes to Town. Written by Phil Lawler and Steve Harris. And it says, even though teenager Connie Kendall has just moved to Odyssey, she can hardly wait to go back to California. And 10-year-old Bobby has secretly made up his mind that he's going with her. So basically Bobby has a crush on her. Anybody like you had a new person in town or a kid crush? Like you're old and then someone has a kid crush on you?
Well, okay. We're going to talk about a kid crush for a minute, because my kid crush was Jason Whitaker. All day, every day. I did like at the end of this episode, though, where, like, I think it was Connie went to, like, a Bible drill. She came back at the end and did a Bible drill for Whit when she was going to leave, but then didn't. And it reminded me of our church, because we used to do Bible drills at our church, and I was like, oh, this sounds so familiar. I love thinking about this episode too, because it's like the first time we meet Connie, like ever. And like when you meet her, you don't think that she's going to be like one of the main characters for the entire like life of Odyssey, right? So like when we hear this episode, we just think, oh, new kid comes to town, new kid's done, she tries to leave, and then convinces her to stay, and we don't know that they're like laying the floor work of like the rest of the show, right? I was like, I love that they kept Connie. Like, I love that she stayed, and they were like, this is going to be a main character forever.
Yeah, I've had some
Yeah.
kid crushes. But we're not going to talk about that.
Who would be your Odyssey crush if you had an Odyssey crush when you were little? What character?
Ooh, I had to think about that one for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I like Tom Riley. My mom grew up in the country. My dad grew up in the city. Okay. So the fact that he was a farmer, the fact that he had horses and stuff, I liked. And so for me, it was, and I liked his sense of humor. So I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this since we're having them on the podcast, but I like Lucy Penny here in shorts.
Yeah. Lucy.
I'm sorry, Don. I'm sorry, Donald, but I liked your wife when she was little. So hopefully there's no beef when you're on the podcast.
There's no way anybody could have this.
But I would have to say, in like, it was Tom, and I still love Tom, but I love
Yeah.
Wooten too, because Wooten is so funny that, like, no matter what mood I'm in, if I put a Wooten episode on, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to just it's totally changes your mood and stuff. So I would have to say, like, my current, if we're talking about Odyssey characters that are still in Odyssey today and around, I'd have to say it would be Wooten.
Did you have a boy crush other than Jason?
Ooh, not really. Jason was my man.
No. Is your husband kind of like Jason?
Oh, no. Okay, funny story. Yes and no. My husband's a police officer. So, yes, in that way, we met. I was going to be a police officer too, and we met on the workforce. So, yes, that was, in that way, my husband is like Jason, and he's like tall, dark, and handsome, right? But his personality is Bernard Walton to a T. He is my little grumpy old man when we're at home, and he makes all the Bernard jokes. Like, I'd have to get better to die, and like all these like little things that he'll just say, and I'll be like, yep, that's my Bernard Walton.
So your husband is an Odyssey fan.
Actually, I introduced him to Odyssey when we got married. So, quick funny story about that. he never, he made you. He never.
Yeah, I gotta find a woman that likes Odyssey now.
He had never heard of it, and we were playing Minecraft together. I know that sounds so geeky, but we were playing Minecraft together, and I was like, hey, let's listen to Odysseys. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, here. So I started, let's see, I think I started him out on Novacon, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of people like
We listened to so many of them because I had to do Darkness Before Dawn too, because I was like, you got to get the whole blackguard like feel of like that whole thing. And since we were listening while we were playing, I knew we would listen to several back to back because he worked night shift. So I was like, we got plenty of time. We'll be up all night. Like we can just like power through like a whole saga at once. So yeah, he's mine. I introduced him to it. And
So,
go ahead.
also, I saw on your Facebook that you met Chris Anthony.
Oh, me? Yes. At the one grand party. It was so much fun.
Do you think you could like get her to maybe come on the podcast as an interview?
Oh, could I get her? I could ask her on Facebook. I'm her Facebook friend, but like I don't personally know her. But I could definitely ask her. You could ask her.
Yeah, but I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be awesome for her to say, hi, this is Chris.
Oh, no. I got to do it with her in the parking lot, and it was so exciting. I don't know if you
Yeah, I saw that video. I'm like, I was so jealous.
It took me back to when I was little, too, because, like, you know how, like, nowadays they don't have, like, the ending that they played on the radio? So when I met her, I was like, oh, please do this with me, please. She's so sweet.
Yeah, I was going to go to the grand party, but stuff happened, life happened.
Yes. I barely made it. I had missed the cruise and I had missed all the other like anniversary parties they had had. And so I was like, okay, for my 35th birthday, this is going to be my present. And then I took my cousin with me. She's in some of the videos. She had turned 29 on August 1st. So it was like her birthday party slash my birthday party put together. We were so excited.
Speaking of dinner, what did you guys have for dinner?
I made steak and potatoes. That's why it took me so long. I kept having to run and check the grill. I was like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Do you have any for me and drink?
I wish if there was if smell-o-vision was a thing, I would totally let you smell it. But it looked so good. Mine's still in there. I haven't even ate yet. I was like, I'll get it in a minute.
Like we were talking, brainstorming, maybe a fan meetup
Right? That would be awesome. Oh,
or a podcast meetup.
I've always wanted to do like a local like Comic-Con, but for Odyssey. I think that would be fantastic, where everybody meets up like at a local library or something and dresses up like characters. I think that would be awesome.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
I would totally go down for that. I'd probably dress up as a girl.
Would you be Lucy?
I just liked her voice, and her voice was it's just so good.
Yes, and it's very distinct. Like when you hear her, you know it's her.
So, Bree, when we interview him, you might have to
We'll see.
hold me down a little bit for being too excited.
When we were, well, see, it's funny because when we were interviewing
Yeah.
Phil Lawler, we were talking, and because my husband and I, before we interviewed him, a few days before, we were talking about Odyssey and stuff. My husband and I were, and we realized that Chris Anthony and Katie Lee are the ones that have been the actors have been on
Yes.
the
Yes.
Odyssey from the beginning. So they're the longest ones because wit's
Yeah.
changed. You know,
Yes.
they've added Wooten, and those kind of things. But Chris and Katie Lee are the
Yes.
ones that have been there from the get-go.
Yeah, and your husband was the one that told you to be on the show.
Yes, he did.
Because I was gonna originally go solo with this whole thing, but then I'm like, I tried it before, didn't really work out. So I don't know how I contacted you though, Steph.
Facebook, maybe? Were we in the Facebook group together?
Were you in my old Facebook?
Yeah, probably.
Probably an Odyssey Facebook group.
Because neither one of you were at One Grand Party, right? Or were you at?
No.
Were you at One Grand Party, Brie? Were you at One Grand Party?
Am I what?
No. Okay. Didn't get to.
No,
Okay.
I wanted to go, but
Oh, girl.
I have a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Hey, our next episode is a Christmas episode.
Ooh, yay!
Yeah, which is gift for Madge and Guy, which Chris Anthony
So I get to
played
introduce that
Madge.
episode right now.
Woohoo!
And that one was also written by Cohost and Steve Harris. I think all of these are. Mr. Whitaker tells a fractured version of a famous Christmas story starring an unusual couple named Madge and Guy. Which Madge was Chris and Eugene was Guy.
Yes.
That's where they played the couple.
Yes.
I loved it when he's like, you cut your hair.
Oh, Guy! I have a beautiful smile.
But Madge has long, beautiful, silky hair.
Have a beautiful smile. That's the best episode ever.
That was the only good Christmas episode that they did.
Well, because Chris did the voice of Madge,
Right.
I always pictured
Yes.
smiling, because she did the voice of Barbie too. So it was, I have a beautiful smile, and I can picture Barbie
They need to
smiling
make that into a
all the
movie,
time.
an animated movie that gets a magic eye.
Oh, see, when we did the Christmas plays at church, this is one of them that I did. And we had I got to tell you this really funny part. You know where she comes off the front porch and she said, I sewed the porch because Ethel falls off the porch. Our stage came out like this and down. So I made the house like the porch would have been like right there. So when she comes out, she's just like, boom, and falls off the stage. Awesome. So much fun. I love that episode. I could listen to that one over and over and over and over.
And Christmas is coming up soon, too.
It's on our Christmas playlist.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, maybe during the Christmas season, if you guys are available, you should listen to Just for Mountain Guy, like parts of it, and then talk about it.
We could do that. I could probably.
Because I have the CD. And I'm getting an Adventure Nazi Christmas sweater for Christmas, so.
Are you getting one of the new sweaters? I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I've been all over the website looking at all of them, and I want the playing cards. So I'm like, should I get the sweater? Should I get the playing card? Should I get the sweater?
You should get the sweater so we can match when we're filming.
That would be awesome.
And they're only $14.
Is it? I couldn't remember how much they were.
Yeah, I think it depends on the size, but I was looking yesterday, I'm like, this would be great for the podcast, and my mom agrees.
It would be awesome.
So if you get it for Christmas, then you could probably get it too.
I'll go check it out.
If you want to get one too. To treat yourself to a nice Christmas gift.
Yeah.
I think
You deserve it. You deserve it.
I can always buy it and say it's for my husband.
I Christmas shop for myself from my husband anyway, so right, I can say it for my husband. Y'all meet my daughter Skylar. What?
Tyler.
All right, run back in. If you need anything, ask Daddy.
Okay, I'm gonna pet the cat.
Okay, she's just gonna pet Boswell.
Well, maybe Boswell won't interrupt no more. Maybe just gonna start calling her cat Boswell.
No, I think I just changed her name officially to Boswell.
That's gonna be a fun episode, all starting with Boswell.
Can't wait for that one too.
That's probably gonna be like way later in the future. Like when we're all old and gray. No offense, Bree.
Oh, I'm the oldest one here, so what are you talking about?
I'm actually pointing at you.
You don't look any older than me, girl.
What stuff?
Are you? That's awesome.
I'm 40.
This was a bad idea to have two girls on the podcast. Dang it.
Yeah, you're still the youngest one.
Come back.
You're the youngest one on the podcast for today.
She is.
Oh, the cat. Okay.
Come on, kitty.
Oh, no, not over there. She's been over there all day. She just wants pets. Don't rub her belly because she'll bite you. Sorry.
We already saw the cat, but we don't need to see it again. So with the gifts for Magic Guy, do you have anything you wanted to say?
I just like how they were willing to sacrifice what they cherish the most for the other. And that's how it should be in our relationships.
Like the golden watch chain in the window.
Hanging up on the nail?
You tried that. You tried that with my son.
Stephanie does a great spot on.
We were talking about doing a skit. Now that we have a perfect professional, we can do an Odyssey skit.
Yep.
Perfect skit right there.
There you go.
In our matching sweaters.
Really confusing the answer. Because like you said, you
I'm
don't
good
see
with
yourself
that.
as an actor when we interviewed Phil Lawler.
If you're up against Phil Lawler, nobody's
don't.
going to see themselves as an actor. We're like,
I like watching musicals and stuff, but
you might.
Stephanie,
being
did you
in
watch
one,
that
no.
interview?
I'm sorry.
Did you watch that interview we did with Phil
I
Lawler?
did, yeah. Yes.
That was, he picked on me a lot. I tried to get in on the show.
I was waiting for him to be like, no, no, no.
You know the audience, let's see.
Bubbles back.
You're going against me to not be in the show? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, you can go for it, yes. But you know how Phil is. Everything's a no. Like Connie's never gonna get married. I can't date Jason Whitaker. No.
You're going on a date.
Think of him as American Idol
Think of them as a
judge,
Simon
and
Cowell.
he's like, no, dog, no.
The one who says no to everybody.
That's awesome.
Now, see, he could have
Simon
been
Cowell
in the
could
no
have been a
factor
milk
then.
actor.
Oh. I can't bangles on the table because it's your
Oh, then we got another Christmas episode after that one. It's called The Day After Christmas, which says Annie McNeil, a young girl who was already bored with her Christmas, wandered into within looking for something to do. I don't think I don't think I'm ever bored with my Christmas gifts. Because they're all electronic now. But Stephanie, were you ever bored with your Christmas gifts the day after Christmas?
Yeah, no. No.
No.
I was
And wandered onto some old movie property?
an only child, so I like didn't have anybody to play with.
No.
So I always got like Odyssey episodes. So I never got bored of them. Like I was always listening to them, doing whatever I was doing.
Well, there you go.
My kids.
And then you just like kind of annoy your family with it
I
because you
did
listen
that.
to it over
I did
and
that
over
with an
and
old.
over again.
This is Odyssey, but I did that with the old Blues Clues episode. We would think that I would play that over and over and over again. My brothers and sisters would be like, "Stop playing it."
Oh, that's
Dandy dandy notebook.
Are you blowing out too?
Please stop.
There you go.
Okay, go over there somewhere so we don't make loud noises for the podcast. Did I have a thing? I did not. I did have a
Did you have a
handy
thinking
notebook, though, because
chair?
I wanted to be a spy. I was little.
How do you do Blues so well, and how do you do Match so well?
Probably because I don't know about Bluey. That just happened because I was trying to be the 7-Up dot and it turned into Bluey. But the Imagine Guy, I've heard Imagine Guy so much, and I love Chris that like I just have listened to it so much that I mimicked it, and it just happened.
But that Blues Clues episode always annoyed my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Like, can you please change it to another Blues Clues episode? I'm like, nope, that's the only one I have.
That was me with my first set of Odysseys. I played them over and over and over and over.
I'm glad they put them into disc now, because you can repeat them every time.
Yes, the Imagine Guy.
You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to rewind it and play.
We'll never know the struggles of having to stop and rewind our cassettes.
And that's the how a cassette tape.
That's why I liked flipping them over because they would rewind
Yes.
to the other side, so then I would just flip it back over.
And I just saw you had a son there too.
That was my son Raylan making his debut.
Anyone wants to be on the podcast? Where's that?
They gotta come see what mommy's doing.
That's how we put something in now, is the husband to make it thank you.
He is my Bernard, remember? So him being on a picture or a video is like, yeah. He would say, I'd rather die.
Well, we're out of the Christmas category now.
Aw.
But we do have, yeah, she beat me right to the punch.
Promises.
Which this one is, Connie makes a resolution to be more patient no matter what. Which turns out to be far more difficult than we imagined. Stephanie, you have something you want to tell us?
I'm just a very impatient little girl, and I can totally understand Tony 100%.
Okay, maybe your daughter and my daughter should get together
was like,
because my
oh.
daughter's impatient.
I'm an only child, so I'm used to doing everything myself. So, like, when I have to wait on someone else to do it, then I get, like, very antsy.
Well, your kid is right there, Bree, so.
She's not listening to me. She's got my
Is
headphones on.
that what you do when you record? You just put her on the iPad with headphones? So, did anybody get any promises that they couldn't keep?
Oh no, she has my attitude, so she is my mini me, and so I have gone to my mom plenty of times saying,
gosh,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Has anybody made any promises they can't keep?
I promised I was going to be able to paint that whole backdrop for the Christmas play, and that didn't work out.
How about your kids? Have your kids made any promises they couldn't keep?
Oh, yeah, like they're going to go to bed on time and eat their vegetables. Right.
Really?
I promise I'll clean my room. That's a good one. That's a big one that they don't
One gets
keep.
so distracted so easy.
I just, yeah.
Yeah. You want to say hi to the podcast?
Hi.
That's what happens when we have kids.
Be prepared.
They want to know what everyone's doing. So the back is like black. Is it dark in your room?
No, it's my backdrop.
Well, you should have like an Odyssey backdrop.
That would be so cool. If I ever get the
Like a
Christmas
Christmas-
blanket, I'm gonna put a Christmas blanket up there.
Wait, they have a Christmas blanket?
Yes, have you seen it on the it's on Focus on the Family's website page, their store, Focus store. It's the old school
Oh, I
Wits
see.
End. It's like the actual old school Wits End and the snow and all the Christmas lights up. It's so cute.
Well, they need to make Adventures in Odyssey pajamas.
That would be so cool. Oh,
Because my family,
they do. Focus doesn't make them. It's oh, I know this. Hold on.
is it you?
Nope. It's oh,
It'll come to you.
when it comes to me, we'll let you know. It's
Something. Just. Nope, but you don't.
well, if I wasn't on my phone right now, I'd look it up on my phone. But I'm afraid if I try to look it up on my phone,
I don't know what it's on my computer right now.
when it comes to me, I'll let you know. It's
Hold on.
Paul's Diner. It's one of the girls I know that does Odyssey clothes. And she has pajamas she just released on there.
Oh, there we go, Bree.
I'll have to when I get off, I'll send you all a link in Messenger.
Because we're trying to get merch made, so maybe your friend can make merch for us.
I can ask her. I don't know how it works because she's in charge of that business. I can ask her.
Like the logo on this.
Mhm.
Not pieces.
Oh, come on. All three of us in our matching Christmas shirts now.
Yeah.
So you would have to pause this, to take a screenshot on your phone. That's too bad you.
I want it to be Christmas.
You want it to be Christmas? Me too.
I guess they're taking over the podcast now.
I think they're a party crowd. All the kids have crashed the party.
No, we didn't.
Let's see.
More kids.
Sit down. You think that's something.
Everybody say hi, and then we're gonna go play while Mommy finishes her podcast. Okay?
Oh no, cat. You don't.
Boswell too.
No, Kiki.
It's Steve.
Yeah, I love Steve.
Has it turned into a podcast or something?
Played my cat.
Okay.
What has happened?
That's what mine do too.
Well, I used to do it. Yeah, until you got distracted by servers.
All right, let's move.
I think we got to talk about
Shoo-shoo.
I
Back
hate
to us. Nice.
I got like 700 words.
Oh, I bet it does.
I got like 700 words on Minecraft.
Okay, jump back.
I'm not.
Oh no.
This has become a very weird podcast episode.
It's okay.
And I'm keeping all of this in any of this out.
Odyssey is all about kids, right? So we're good.
Yeah, I don't know if you want your kids over the internet or not.
Right? That would be cool.
But I don't know if you want your kids all over the internet.
It's okay.
They did have 3 back too when we first started. And I don't want to get in trouble. Are you ready to move on to nothing this year? Now that all the kids are done thinking over the podcast.
And so we can move on to the next one. Raylan got bored and went in.
Alright, so Shirley Ziegler, I think that name, is afraid of just about everything, but when a real emergency comes up at wit's end, she is forced to face her worst fear, but it has a parental warning. The nightmare scene and the scene in the basement at wit's end may be too intense for younger listeners. I was afraid of that scene when I was a kid.
Is this the one where she has the dream about the mouse and the vacuum cleaner wakes her up? Yes.
Yep.
The mouse scene was so scary when I was little. I was like, oh my
Right.
god.
If a mouse gets locked in real life, I'm done.
Yes. Yes.
We're trying to eat me.
Oh.
I'm afraid of mouse or mice. However you say it.
Mises. No, I don't know how you said that. Mice meese.
Yes.
Yes.
Were you ever afraid of mice or mouse?
Oh, it's so dog.
See, doggy.
Oh, I think Doggy went away.
Were you ever afraid of mouse? Were you ever afraid of a mouse?
Is the guy in the Papa Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Well, until we get to that album.
We'll spend an hour on that one alone.
And wait till we get to the live shows. But there was a scene in Home Improvement with Tim Allen where his wife was afraid of mice. And she was going on the tables and stuff, and she was like, "Hey, friend, hey Mickey, my name Mickey."
I love Home Improvement.
So that kind of correlates with the mouse episode.
Yep.
Hey Mickey. Man, we could just do 2 albums at this point. We're going ways and trees. And I don't know if you want to do them in order or if we should just go by our favorite ones.
Do an order that way if anybody wanted to listen to a particular one, they could know like where to go find it quick. Maybe.
And we'll just, and if we get used to doing album reviews, we could do like 2 a day. Like 2 albums.
Yeah.
And so,
That'd be cool.
like maybe the next podcast we could do album 3 and 4.
Yeah, that'd work.
I don't know if you want to do album 2 also in this episode. Because we only have like 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes left.
How long? I don't know how long we've been on. Have we been on like an hour? So it'll take.
Mine says 15 minutes.
Okay. So like an hour per album is how long it'll take.
Probably. Unless the kids interrupt.
Minus the kids, it might be a little shorter. Be like without a commercial break. Like my kids are the commercial break of the podcast.
Internet, we got to put it in bed. And maybe one day we could do like a live podcast. Like go live and do it that way. That way I don't have to cut any, but I'm not going to cut anything out of this episode. They might see a lot of kids go by though, so.
Maybe next time Boswell will be more settled too, not walk across the screen 1,000 times.
Well,
Yeah. Oh,
one that's not yet.
you know how you can put your name on the screen? I tried to put in Silver Saddle Slapper Stephanie, and it was too long and it wouldn't let me. Oh, man.
There was just one episode, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was album 31, where Eugene's like, Connie wants you to kiss her alone.
Yes.
One big sloppy fest.
One big slush schmooch fest. Oh,
Don't remember what that was though.
which one that was, but I remember it. I still think
Everyone was.
I Slap Floor was one of my favorite episodes too, because Connie and
That was a weird one.
and I was like, no.
It did not make any sense. I was so confused during that whole episode.
Me too.
Like Connie and Eugene getting married.
Mr. Whitaker, I pierced my own ears, just like you said. I was like, what?
And then at the end of the episode, he's like, Mr. Whitaker, shouldn't you be home? You don't want to get by the bus again, do you? See, if we ever want to do an Odyssey skit, we should just ask Stephanie. Because we know all the lines in every single episode.
They were making fun of me at one grand party because a couple of us girls were together and someone would say something and it would remind me of a line and then I would quote it. It was so funny. So they all knew me. They were like,
Did you get your recorded episode in kids radio?
I didn't. It was packed and I didn't want to get in front of the little kids. There were so many little kids recording episodes. It was cute. They got to go play and take pictures and stuff.
Did your family go with you?
No, it was just me and my cousin Ginger. We took a girls' trip for our birthdays.
See, we should do that. Like, next time they'll have a party, we should all carpool.
That would be fun.
I would have to wear a long wig hair.
What was that one? For what's the kid on I Spy Who Bugged Me? He was like, Glinda Clue where he was being a girl and he dressed up in a dress.
I could get the wig from Odyssey and just be on the girl trip.
Look, guys,
I will not wear makeup.
we know. She looks like Dwayne playing dress up.
But I will not wear makeup.
Right on. He's like, I'm not putting on a dress. No, girls don't wear dresses anymore. The pants are fine.
I just want you to know the banana bird is in the kitchen or whatever.
The bird is in the banana tree. The what?
No, could be a cuckoo bird. Are these episodes bringing back memories now? Are these episodes bringing back memories? Yeah, I need to find a 29-year-old. I need to find a 29-year-old guy that's good enough to be on the podcast. Like, I don't want, no offense, but I don't want another girl on the podcast.
You outnumber now.
No offense, Brie. Because I've known Brie for a long, like back in the old days.
Awesome.
Because I had a podcast before, like back in the old days, and it really worked out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go solo. I'm going to find someone.
It's fun when you have somebody to bounce stuff off of when they know what you're talking about, and then you both start giggling because you're like, "Oh yes, I remember."
Great minds think alike.
Yes,
Isn't that an Odyssey episode? Great minds think alike.
probably. Idle minds. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
There's a lot of live shows that I like, but I like Mandy's debut.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I love that one so much. That is another one I desperately wanted to do in a live skit, and I've never got the chance to do it. That would be so much fun.
Well, we could do it.
That would be awesome.
I mean, it wouldn't be live, but
Yeah, I know.
this would be Mr. Vinegar. I mean, he has the mustache. My favorite line in that whole episode. My favorite line in that whole Mandy's debut episode
Yes.
was when Brian's like, you have one word and it was bah. Because he was a sheep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have one line, it was bah.
And it was Ma. Oh, man.
But the one that really confused me was live at the 25.
Oh, see, yeah, they did that one live, and I didn't get to go to that one. That would have been so cool to see in person.
It's including the Silver Saddle Slapper Stephanie.
I love that one. Silver Saddle Slapper Stephanie. Signing your
And
name.
Connie
Do what?
did that part.
Did she? Oh, did she? Okay. It's been a hot minute since I looked to see who played what parts.
So,
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Congress
Uncle Coleman.
Michael.
Yeah. Oh, so at one grand party, I got to meet him too, and so I was very, very excited. Everybody was like, "Oh, you got to meet a Ninja Turtle," and I'm like, no, I got to meet Jason Whittaker." It was so funny. The girl that we stayed with had made bracelets for everybody, and they had all the different characters' names. And so I'd picked out like 2 Jason bracelets. So the day I met him by accident, I was wearing them, and I was like, "Look!" I was fangirl. I was so excited. Never been so excited in my life.
You're nervous.
Jason. I was too excited to be nervous. He probably thought I was crazy.
I on one damn shot son.
Right. More like I had the Roku virus.
There goes the cat's butt again.
There goes Boswell. Oh, Bosby.
I love it when Jesse was like, well, and then
Right off the fence. Yes. I don't have any figure.
and then they started singing when Tom Brady was singing
There's a
all
hole.
over the bottom of the sea.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the
And then
sea.
Robin's like, don't even think about it.
That episode was so good too.
I just like the part where she's like, enough with the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Yes. Enough with the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Now that song is probably going to be in my head. That's how we do Christmas episodes. Then that'll be fun. We should actually do some Christmas episodes. Do not do bacon chips.
Come on, just one.
I've already got that song stuck in my head already.
You can be like, Barbara, manatee,
And
manatee,
that's
you
my
are
else.
one for me.
How many episodes do we have left to review? And recollections and a change of heart. But I didn't really like a change of heart that much.
Y'all are gonna have to brief me on the change of heart because I'm not remembering it off the top of my head. Which one was that one?
I could just read it, we could go backwards.
Sorry.
Well, the Tangled Web is actually one of my favorites. That's the next one.
Yes.
Connie reads the story of Jeremy Forsythe, a boy who tells his mother a bit about some missing money. Both Jeremy and Connie learn that one lie leads to another. I like the police officer in that episode. They're the who, what, when, where, and why. Oh, about oh. Alright, 5 W's in the name. Anybody want to add any more letters?
That episode was
And he's like, the most important fact is, and when one take a guess, and the guy's like, another police officer. Another police officer? And he's like, no, that's a good guess. Have anybody yet? I know we've all told fibs to our mothers.
I told a fib to my teacher once in school.
But there, I think anyone wants to tell that they told to their mother.
I gotta tell you the one I told to my teacher. The one I told to my teacher was that I had an aunt named Connie who was afraid of staplers. Only because I had listened to that Odyssey episode when Connie's older and she's telling that she has an aunt that's afraid of staplers. And I was like, I had to make her name. I do have an aunt named Connie in all reality. But I told my teacher that I had an Aunt Connie who was afraid of staplers.
So half of that story isn't a lie. Now, what about the one you told your mom?
No, I'm sure. Oh, so, all right. Sorry, Mom. When I was little, I did not want to go to school one day. So I kid you not, I took oatmeal and Pepsi and mixed it all up with a little bit of brown sugar in my mouth and then pretended I threw up so that I could stay home. But my mom was smarter than me. She realized what was happening and took my temperature, and I didn't have a fever, so I wound up going to school too. But I'm sorry, Mom. I pulled some fast ones in my day.
So now you gotta tell your mom the podcast. Huh? No. What about you?
All right, Donna.
Yeah, Donna Barkley. Well, now it's like so two having me interview him again. So hopefully we can't be on for an interview and I need another person. Maybe you could be.
If I'm available. And you don't mind my kids ducking in every now and then, because if they're not at school, they'll do that every now and then.
Would I look you and message your listen?
Okay, appreciate it.
It's a good one I'm here. And I met Bree's husband too. It was it was a very short meeting though. And I had to go. So the chances of meeting your husband are probably slim.
Mine, yes, he is not a.
I gotta think of the lie that I told a lot of lies to my mom. I can't think of one specific. I can't think of one at the top of my head lately. But I know that's a lie right there.
It's like I plead the fifth.
Oh no, there was one at work. Because I work at a flower shop. And I was doing some things I wasn't supposed to be doing. Like making patty smart remarks or something to the boss. And I didn't want my mom to find out, but my boss told my mom I was actually you.
Oh, fuzzy wuzzy. Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so the next one. Unless you guys have anything to add.
I think I'm good on that one.
I think we added a whole lot there actually. Okay, now we're on to, I think, what my favorite episode is, the member of the family, which introduces Monty. When his grandson Monty arrives for a summer amnesty, the family finds their partner in more trouble and more healing than they expected.
Sorry, guys. My sorry. Yeah, I don't know if
No,
y'all
I
can hear.
don't.
Oh no, are my sideways for you guys? Yep, I am, aren't I? Shoot. Hang on a second. Welcome to my ceiling. I don't think it'll set up with my battery thing on there. Okay, maybe. All right, y'all keep going. I'm just managing the host curve.
With you?
I didn't hear you.
Do you have the cassette tapes with you?
I do. Well, I do. I have this one. I haven't. I didn't bring the other ones out. Do I need to run and get the other ones? Because I've got Trouble with Girls is the last one. Nope. Nope. It wasn't in the first one. I went from no, mine went in a yes. Because mine went from Nothing to Fear to Acts of Mercy to The Tangled Web, Isaac the Benevolent, and then The Trouble with Girls.
I got trouble with the girls.
We're a lot of trouble, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you and Stephanie have like the great mind together. You guys should probably meet in person. Like, have your kids over for a play date.
Like, I don't know where you guys live, and I don't want to say where we all live out loud on a podcast. Can you beep it out?
I
I'll have to
probably
group
could.
message me, or group message me and tell me where's the vocal point we can meet up.
And then we can all together do a podcast over all that. Anybody have any thoughts about a member of the family, like maybe cousins or something, could play into it?
Now, remember the families where Monty comes for the first time, right? And then he steals from the register?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody have anything to add to that one, or kind of fresh off?
I thought it was well written, but it wasn't one of them that I memorized. Now, the fishing trip with Bernard and them and Monty, now that one was hilarious.
That one is.
Yes, ice fishing. Always great. But that's later. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of us.
You can just fast forward to the future people. Right now, now what's happening?
Right. Time warp.
Hold up, you guys can talk amongst yourself. And then get a new call. Quick. So I'll be back.
I was like, I need to run and get those other albums. You think I should do that real quick? I'll be right back.
Be right back. Sorry about that. Where did Stephanie go? Did you guys talk while I was gone?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Did you guys talk while I was gone?
I ran off to get things and accidentally left her hanging.
What's going on? I'm understanding that call, so.
Oh, you're good. I don't
Well,
have
you
the
said that
album.
on-
I just have the CDs. I don't have the album for number 2 yet.
I
That's
got
when I'm missing.
my collections.
Ta-da! I don't have any of the artwork. I have the new CD.
So, I have this one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, look at me go.
He's back.
Where did Bree go?
She's back. I can see her. Can you see her?
Oh,
I can see her.
all I see is you and me.
Huh. I can see her in the bottom of my screen.
Oh, that's probably why. Can you hear?
I see. Oh, see, I'm excited about album 2.
But I can, it's only
it's
showing me
connecting.
and you.
She's connecting, so maybe her internet's going in and out for a second because it's now just showing her connecting back to us.
It just shows me and then you as the guest.
Okay, it'll probably come right back because it says connecting on my end. She should be right back. She'll be right back after these messages. Oh, now it's just showing me and you, so she might be right back. Hopefully she'll be back.
Right? But she has her phone plugged in when we do these.
My battery was at 19, so I was like, I've got to plug in my phone.
That's because it's still standing up.
I have it propped up with an Odyssey cassette and a book.
There you go.
So my phone charger cord is like bent like this. It's hanging in there.
So, was your husband okay with you doing this podcast?
Yeah, yep. I'm the outgoing one of the group. I'm like the Connie Kendall of the group, and he's like the Bernard of the group. So he will never be on a podcast, and he will never be on the camera, and I can barely get him to take pictures. And I'm on the other hand like the cheese.
So that's like just you on your Facebook with the kids.
Yeah, he doesn't like pictures at all. I think in our 8 years of marriage, I have like 4 pictures of us where he's, smiling. Normally, all my other pictures is his hand in front of the camera like this.
So, do you ever think you would ever be on a podcast?
I did not, actually. I never thought I would be on a podcast.
Oh, there's Bree.
She's back! Woohoo!
Yeah, my phone kicks me off.
Oh, no.
My computer kicked me off earlier. Like, I don't know if I can record or not now. Alright, so we were talking about member of the family and one just breaks that one off.
Gotcha.
But I don't think any of that has affected us at all.
Yeah, not really. I mean,
No.
Not like the other episodes. I don't know if this one will work just at all either, but recollections. His best friend Tom Riley tells Holly the story of how Witch End was created in tragic circumstances.
This one makes me cry every time, even though I know how it goes. Like,
And then
they
one
love
get
it.
his wife dies.
Yes. She's fighting to get the Wits End, but it's not Wits End yet. It's a recreation center. And she's in court fighting for it, and then she winds up in the hospital and passes away. And then he goes into like a spiral of depression for a little while, and I think Tom talks him out of it, and he finally comes back and fights for the building that he officially makes Wits End for her.
I
I'm
like
gonna
how
cry
he,
now.
yeah,
Go
and
ahead, I'm
then the
sorry.
little girl Jenny that he talks
Yes.
to,
Yes.
and he's like, "What did your mom call you?" And she's like, "Jenny, that's my name."
Yes.
That's a great name.
Me automatically bawling every time.
I'm now gonna name my daughter Jenny. I have one. Jenny, Connie. If I meet someone that likes Odyssey, that's what I'm gonna name my kids.
You'll have a Lucy Jr. No.
And then nobody wants to interrupt the podcast. Good time. You like the camera.
She my baby.
And we're finally on the last episode. A change of heart. Very hard is constantly teased by his middle school classmates. But when he switches schools, he finds that his trouble follows him. See, that one really doesn't really make sense to me because at the end he becomes a Christian.
Yeah, but it's still the idea. I think the idea of you think moving away or changing your environment will change your troubles, but it isn't that way. Like you're still gonna have issues. You're still gonna have trials and tribulations, kind of deal. Um, and so I think some of it is how you look at those trials and tribulations. I think that's one of the things in many Odyssey episodes, like that one, Life of the Party, and all that, is just the changing how you see the trials and tribulations.
Right. Agree with that.
I mean, I've used a lot too for school. I've had some bullies and stuff, but they, they became my bodyguard the rest of the school year. So, like, if anybody picked on me, the bullies, the old bullies would step in and stand in between me and them. They wouldn't beat him up or anything. They would just say, hey, stop picking on him. But I removed. More trouble followed. How about you, Steph?
Mm, I don't know. That one I'm not. I didn't really relate to that one. Like, I didn't listen to it a whole bunch and memorize it, and I'll leave it up to you guys on that one. I'm sure later at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll think of something and be like, oh yeah, I should have said that on the podcast.
Are you guys okay to do half of album two?
Yeah.
And then we can go into part two like another time of album two?
Sure.
It's fine with me. I love album 2, so I'm excited.
You have a little pamphlet inside the cassette?
Ooh,
I
I think I did.
That has the episode information?
The episode
Yes, I
information's
do.
on the back.
It was like I have the little um little blurb about each one. Do you want me to read the first one, the family vacation part 1 and 2?
Yeah. Go.
It says the Barkley families. Oh, sorry, the Barkey Bark. That's all, folks. The Barkley family of 4 takes off to Florida vacation, but they get stranded when a family car breaks down. This one was awesome. I love that one.
Yeah, it's gonna get dad.
Yeah.
We would always listen to Odyssey tapes on family vacations.
Yes, me too.
Nice.
Yes.
Or we would sing Bible verses, or not sing Bible verses, sing Bible songs. Like they did it in the food. I think everyone got tired of singing.
Yes. Yes. I can relate to that so much. It's like, I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? It's like, yes.
When Jimmy wanted to pack his
This
overlord
episode.
the kind to take something stuff too. All for a bunch of clothes and underwear.
Right.
That was the word for you. The toys and everything.
Yeah. And put in his clothes.
And then Wit gave them the
Buster,
Sporting Buster.
Yes.
Odyssey music, intro music, and everything.
Yes.
I would have loved to have that if they came out with that.
That would be cool.
Like, the game. Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road where you think someone was an axe murderer?
I have not. I have not been stranded on the side of the road where I thought someone was an axe murderer. I have, however, ran over a piece of tire rubber and thought I killed something, and then realized it was tire rubber later. I can relate to that one. Like, oh no, I hit something. Oh wait, it's just a piece of rubber.
A little animal.
Right.
I definitely listened to that episode, so I know all the lines in it.
Yeah, we learned make sure your lug nuts are tightened, because if they aren't, the tire goes off. Then you have to call your brother-in-law and say, "Hey, can you come get me?"
And make sure that doesn't do the car because the horn will honk when you start.
Yeah, well, you got kids with you. You kind of.
Maybe you should try the radio again, Dad.
Yeah.
That was a great line.
And I
man.
know if you catch this in the episode, Dr. James Dobson came on the radio.
Oh, and the commercial in the back. Yeah. That's what. Okay, I gotta props to the Odyssey team because I love their commercials. Like, if you hear a radio playing and you hear the commercial in the background on an Odyssey episode, it's like a full-blown commercial. Some of them are totally made up crazy, but it's in commercial form. Like in the NovaCom series, when they're doing the commercial about the Nova box and it comes on, when I had gotten into the car as a little kid and heard it playing on the radio, I thought it was like a medical commercial, like a commercial for something on the actual radio. And it was part of the episode for the Nova box. I was like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Like, they do so good at stuff like that.
In Album 21, wish you were here. They're not blowing the truck breaks down.
Yes.
It's on starting to play.
Yes.
He's like,
I
oh,
love
I'm going to listen to the rest of that.
Yes.
Would have been cool to have Odyssey playing on his truck.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what the theme song was.
Mm-hmm.
They make so many references in Odyssey while the show is playing.
Yes. I love it.
Laura cannot tell us. So I'll read the day Independence came.
Oh, I love this one too. Erlen Springer of Odyssey.
Anyone interested in history takes a wild journey back to the American Revolution. He meets Nathan Hale, George Washington, and the other men who shaped the United States. Although I've never had a dream where I fallen on and hit my head.
I think I've ever had a dream about going back in history, but
I love
whenever someone
the
go ahead.
Americans. He's like, who? Oh, fellow.
Yes. Poor fellow. I randomly will say to my mom, "Oh wow, oh wow," and she'll be like, "I don't know. I think it's some sort of Indian greeting, sir."
Poor fellow. That's
And
what
I
I'm doing.
always quote, I always quote, "No time like the present to learn." Either like when somebody will be like, "Hey, can you do this?" and I'll be like, "No time like the present to learn."
And he got that book just for Erwin, who sounds like Kurt Stevens. I don't know if you noticed
What
that,
his
but Winger sounds like Kurt Stevens.
it probably was the same actor.
What about you?
In terms of,
The episode.
I asked you.
I like how they make history come more alive,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
For me, that's always I love history. I'm a big fan of history. That was always one of my favorite subjects in school. So for me, just really how they took it and made it more relatable and a lot, in a sense, more fun to learn about it, you know? And then you hear the episode and you're like, hey, I kind of want to look into these characters now more and stuff. So I like how they do that.
If only they had that when we had history text.
There you go.
You can honestly the cheat. Which, when I was in history class in school, my mom accidentally ordered like 100 of the same CD. And it was just like 2 episodes, like the one about fathers with Grady.
Yeah.
I did one of those CDs out in high school, and he played it for his history class while they were just doing tests and stuff. And several of them received Jesus as their savior.
That is awesome.
Over an Odyssey episode, different people received Jesus as their savior in a public school. And so everything they always want to listen to the father's one. They don't care about any of the other ones. It's just only the father one. I don't know. He didn't know why. But I thought that Adventure in the Odyssey can even impact public schools. Even if it's just like a simple episode like that one about fathers.
Yeah.
Yep, you never know.
You never know when you can have it when you have an Adventure in the Odyssey.
Exactly.
Especially in school.
There you go.
You can see every day. I think it's your turn.
Which one we doing? Stormy weather?
Yeah.
Okay. Is frustrated with a life in Odyssey and wants to move back to California when a violent storm hits town. She finds out she appreciates more of Odyssey than she ever realized. That one was kind of dramatic too when you were little. With like the whole storm blowing in, the glass breaking in Wits End at the end, and they were stuck in that little outpost building for a little bit before they made it to Wits End.
I thought Whip was gonna die in that episode.
No, it was dramatic for me as a child. Like I was like, oh my gosh.
He's been died sooner than we thought.
He's like, no, they can't kill off the main character in the second one.
I don't that long again.
Boswell.
I lived in Tornado City, so I've seen a lot of.
Used to it.
That's the city of Tornado, and Texas too, I think. Brady, tornadoes where you live?
We've had a few, but not a whole lot. There was one really bad one that hit before I moved here, but people that were around during that time still remember it. It wiped out pretty much the whole Albion, and it really wiped. It really devastated them. Like it's gone down in history at that tornado, and so people still learn about it, and it's like, yeah, well, I know so and so who survived that or whatever, and it's just, so thankfully we don't have to worry about that, but we have had to deal with like flash flooding and a lot of rain, and so flooding's probably the worst thing that we've had to deal with for us.
So you all had our tornado experiences. You're even mad that you didn't get to read this next one, Stephanie. Because it's BBS.
One of my favorites. Go ahead.
I'll let you read this one.
You want to let me read this one, or I can do Kids Radio? Either one. I like them both.
You can do BBS Blues. It's your favorite.
Okay, here we go. Mine says young troublemaker Munford crashes the counselor Ned Lewis's Vacation Bible School production of The Fiery Furnace. This one is best ever. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
I like it. Tired playing cards.
Yes. Or he's like, "Hi, Mom."
Yeah.
And when they're singing, "Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burning." I told my mom that scene. She just laughed a lot. Right.
I was like, it reminds me of when. Hi, Bubba. It reminds me of when I did Christmas plays with the kids. Somebody would say something that wasn't quite in the script, and I'd just giggle because it reminded me of this.
Yeah. Hi, Bob. That was a bit. That was one of my favorite parts in that. In the oil in that movie.
I wish they did more episodes with Ned Lewis.
Yes, me too.
Didn't
like the part.
They did Camp What a Nut he was in.
Yes.
Because Gloria, they thought Gloria had a crush on him.
That's in the album.
I love that one too.
Well, I was about to read, but are we not talking about that one, or?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. And it's radio. So you either read that one or the radio.
All right.
We and the crew start a radio station in a back room of Richmond. The station is run by kids. So this is kind of like a podcast kind of thing. But it's not run by kids. We're not all kids anymore.
You have a parent,
is-
don't you? You're a kid then.
This is a dream. We're like reliving this episode because we started our own kids' radio.
And actually appeared on the show.
And it's debuted. I like the part where they're interviewing for positions and the little kid comes in and he's like, I'd like to interview for a part. And he's like, okay, go ahead. And then he's like, today in the news. And he's like, you're hired.
But then they all didn't want to do it, and they have to shut it down. But I was doing it. Because that was a really cool project that they did.
No, I liked it a lot. I liked Old Time Radio, though, so it was nice to hear them do a show about Old Time Radio.
What was that one that they did with the cowboy, the little detective? It was like a family mansion.
Oh,
Sam
yeah. Hang on. Okay, go get some applesauce or something, okay? I'll go extra day. He's in there too. I'm sorry.
Some Sam mansion.
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, some mansion private eye. For the kids really.
I remember I'm thinking of the one with the silver saddle slapper Stephanie in it. Good Samaritan.
Isn't that like Have We Got a Show for You or something album?
My brain's got that Young Guns Bonanza in the Big Valley stuck in my head. But that's not the same one.
Yeah, because
Which
that
one
sounded like an old-time radio thing.
It sounded like Bonanza. It reminded me of Bonanza, the TV show. Where he's like, oh, me too, at the North Fork of the South Spoon Ranch. Or the Lone Ranger. Yeah, that kind of feel.
We used to listen to Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow. They did the video on Odyssey too.
Love that one.
Bringing back some old time radio shows.
Yeah.
Like the Twilight Show.
Oh my gosh. Those were crazy.
I can't wait till we get the chicken, the chicken one.
Yes. Yes.
That was amazing to see the chicken on the podcast. That was pretty amazing.
Oh.
I can't blame that.
All right, here we go. Donna McCoy is short. Oops, sorry. I said Donna, it's Donnie. Donnie McCoy is short for his age, and having a bully for a cabin mate at Camp Woodenette doesn't make life any easier. So I can just hear the cook talking to him. Is you the little boss? That makes you the little boss, eh? Well, little boss, I know stand where you stand.
And then
You can't tell me what to do. Okay, little boss.
he crumbled up his. Oh, I'm gonna take this. That's my face.
Yes. He said, are you on some special feed?
Can't get the cabin.
Yeah, and then the skunk followed him out and then actually sprayed him.
Was that the episode where Ned kept on tripping over all the suitcases?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
From now on, all
I love
people get that. Go behind the
Yes. That was good.
Mr. Whitaker ran faster than a bear.
Yeah. In a tree all night.
I've never had a camp experience like that, but I have some good competition at camp. We play a cornhole at camp.
Yeah,
And it's
we
pretty,
played cornhole at our camp.
you have like a competition.
I don't think well, they might have, but I wasn't in it. We played volleyball and stuff like that too, but
For any camp experiences from church?
Nope.
Were you the odd one out that didn't go?
No, my parents did youth led the youth group, so I would go on mission trips and stuff, but not really church camp.
go put some ice on it.
I think we're just gonna finish off this whole album.
We're almost halfway done, aren't we? We only got like 4 left. 3 left.
We only did 2 albums.
There we go.
And I think like we could do 2 per episode and then end it.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Because I don't want to keep you guys from your kids and stuff.
You're good. I think mine are gonna need some attention.
You don't really get around you. I think like,
I think mine's done tripped over something and sprained her knee. I told her to go put ice on it.
I think this one is a Halloween episode. The Case of the Secret Room.
Oh, this one. Sweet.
In which end leads Mr. Whitaker to a baffling case of robbery and murder. It is interesting that they do a murder episode on a kids show.
It was intense. It was good, but it was intense.
Sometimes we're scary, like the show Whitaker.
Right? Yes.
It was the bank teller that you had a problem with the way he talked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still quote that to this day.
But then at the office when they said that, I wish you would just leave going.
So, and they left it on a car ticket on his windshield
That raised
as
suspicion.
well.
That raised suspicion to me. I think that the officer was behind all of it. And he
It
was.
sounded like it.
And then they put the old man in jail.
So it turned out to be the guy that owned the bank, the manager of the bank, Mr.
And the
Fenwick, was it?
The king did special things, right? Like knocked him out.
It had a dart that shot out of it. It shot knockout darts.
Don't forget to tell your
That
friend.
was
Which then reminded me of like the tunnel under Wits End and how Blackguard used it.
yes.
And then Grady and
Yeah.
Jason were captured. Jason's nemesis used it on Grady.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's the same character. Because they have the same voice as him.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That cackling voice though, that when Jason and Brady, or not Brady, Brady were captured was annoying. That's all the way in album 50.
Now, do you right? Talk about time jumping. Do you have the Return of the Bible Room on your CD? Because I've got it on my CD.
Yeah, I got it on mine.
Okay. Because I didn't know if mine were in the same order as yours or not.
I think, yeah, and I think it's your turn.
Okay, I was going to ask you guys to like help me recap this once I read it because I don't remember this episode and I'm not sure like if I just was little and just don't remember it, but I don't remember this episode. It says Jack Davis and Lucy Cunningham meet their biblical Jonah before finding themselves on a ship in a storm in the belly of a big fish. And I cannot remember this episode at all. I can remember Jonah well from VeggieTales, but I cannot remember this episode at all.
pirates. He doesn't do anything.
Yes.
And then they're like, he's got the rubber ducky he throw overboard.
My favorite was the cat.
When they're singing
The
and
caterpillar. Yeah. Yes. I left a voicemail on my mom and dad's, like, you know how you make an answering machine message and you're normally like, hi, this is whoever's family, leave a message after the beep. I made them a message. And I was like, when you called and got their answering machine, it would be me going, hi, this is Khalil. I am a caterpillar. Well, that is only half true. My mother was a caterpillar. My father was a worm. Get with that now. We can't come to the phone, so go make yourself a sandwich and call back later. Goodbye.
Not going to voicemail?
That was really their voicemail for like 4 years. Everybody would call, be so confused, and then laugh their butts off. It was great.
So, I'm looking at the official guide for Trip to the Bible reading. It says the crowd of sailors heard in the background were performed by 3 actors: Hal Smith, Walker Edmiston, and Will Biden.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
That makes me so happy.
I guess when we listen to this together, we can try to pick them out.
That would be cool.
We'll make a comparison to this show.
New spin-off podcast, Veggie Tales. No.
We should watch Jonah, a vegetable movie, on the podcast. Honestly,
Can you picture like for the fear not or the be not, the fear not thing? Can you picture John Avery Whitaker saying, God is bigger than the boogeyman? He's bigger than the boogeyman. The monsters on TV.
now I know this is but Bree, remember when I talked about the Odyssey Fruit Club fan page?
Oh, yeah.
There's someone on Facebook who made, and it's right for my friends at church, who made an Odyssey fan club strip page.
Wow. So, I'm speechless.
And Bree, picture Mr. Whitaker and Eugene Connie being a stripper.
Not me Googling.
I said, I'm thinking, like, can you picture Whit, Eugene, Bernard, Tom, Wooten as Chippendales strippers? Because what comes to mind is the Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley Saturday Night Live, like the Chippendales dance.
There's a new episode I used to be a follower.
I can hear Bernard
Yeah,
Walton
that-
now. I have to get better to die.
Them do like a Fireman's Men of Odyssey calendar.
Gotta keep
Come on, here's Jason.
okay. Keep your ears off the mic.
February.
This episode's
Was
great.
it Officer?
This turned from a vegetable to a stripper podcast.
Let's go back to VeggieTales.
Wow.
Or I could just read the last episode.
Oh, this is a good one too.
Did I read the last episode?
Okay.
Did you?
I don't know.
Was it me?
I think it was me because I was confused on the episode until we started talking about it.
And then we went into other stuff.
But I can read it if you want me to.
Alright, the last great adventure of the summer. Young Terry Johnson and his father, CIA codename X-Spot, takes a sudden and dangerous journey around the world being pursued by a master criminal.
That was a good episode.
I like how he learned more about his father in that episode
Mm-hmm.
and how his father really was trying to protect him.
And then he tried to come into ridicule by
Right.
and then how his father faked his own death.
Yes, to retire. Yes.
That was pretty good stuff.
I'm like, you think you've gotten rid of me, cat's paw? I love it.
Although when he faked his own death, that was kind of messed up too. For his son.
It sounded real. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was dramatic when it happened. I was like, oh. For like 2 seconds, and then they were like, look over the edge of the scaffold. I was like, okay, we're good.
Scaffold. He landed on scaffold.
Yes. I love the train where he's like, the peanuts were kind of rough, but the 2 certs for dessert were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an Imagination Station episode when I was little. The cat thing.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Like, they go outside.
I can see how you would. Yeah, I can see how you would think that, because it does sound like it would be an Imagination Station adventure if you hadn't heard it before.
Like how they go outside,
I was always,
they open the door.
yeah.
So that kind of.
I was confused about the train station in Odyssey.
Some episodes, they do that though.
I was thinking Odyssey, the small town, and then it was like, let's get into a crowd at the train station. Well, it doesn't have to be a big crowd.
Or someone to watch over me when Jimmy Barkley thought he was in the Imagination Station.
Yeah, that one was good too.
Dave Griffin even said that was his favorite one.
Was it? That's so cool.
I think you gotta watch that episode now that you're on the podcast.
I seen that one on the DVD first before I watched it on. I listened to it on here actually.
Oh, the podcast?
No, on the episode. I only watched it on the DVD.
Yeah,
Did they have it on?
I think they have it on other podcasts too.
Do they? Okay, I'll have to go look. I'll have to Google.
They might.
You also can look on the fan page too.
Okay.
We've already been on there for an hour.
I have. You're right. That is correct. We got one more, and I think we're all done for the night.
No, that was last one.
That was the last one. Oh, you interrupted the last one.
Is it done?
Anything?
It was my favorite one. I liked listening to that one a lot. I remember listening to it in the car.
I have that one on repeat, and now my disc is ruined.
You wore that one out.
I have to go to a cassette.
Nope.
Or I just have a CD again.
What noodles?
So I guess that's it. We've been on here for an hour.
Yep.
But when you get to album, it's pretty long.
Yeah. And when they're like awesome albums that you like to talk about and quote, it takes a little longer, dude.
And then you got the kids coming in.
Yes.
And the kids going.
And the cat. Boswell had to say hi. Once or twice. Oh, you got John. All right. Sorry.
Well, we're all done. I guess that's the end of the podcast.
We'll call it a night.
I want to thank
Thanks for hanging out.
Bree as always. And
Woohoo!
Stephanie, this is not a full-time thing for you. Like you said, you could come on.
Thanks for having me.
And yeah,
Anytime.
that's it. You have to if you want to.
Bye.
All right.
Hang up.